Hi and welcome. My name is Katka Nair and you're watching Synchro Shakti. Today we're going to talk about the missing key in success or manifestation or abundance or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So a little backstory. I see a lot of people who are moving towards success from a purely intellectual perspective. I see a lot of people coming to me who say things like, I've done the visualizations, I've done the affirmations, I'm working towards it, I've written down my goals, but still something doesn't feel right. I'm doing all the visualizations and the law of attraction techniques and everything, but something doesn't feel right. I don't feel good about it. I'm not in the right place. I feel a lot of resistance. Now, no success is possible without this one key element, which a lot of people seem to be forgetting. Especially with a lot of law of attraction work, and a lot of people are running behind the tools and techniques that allow you to manifest things, but they forget this very, very core integral element. And to remind you of that element, I want to present in this video a very popular parable, a story that I'm sure you've heard of before, but let this video be a reminder for you to reconnect back to that principle. And here's the story. So here's the story of the three old men. So there was this woman who looked outside of her house and she saw three old men on the yard. And she went outside the house, went up to them and said, "Hey, I don't know who you guys are, but you seem hungry. Why don't you come inside? I'll give you something to eat." So one of the old men said, "Is the man of the house at home?" She said, "No, he's not here right now, but he comes back in the evening." So they said, "Well, tell us, we can't come in up until he's at home." So she says, "Okay." In the evening, her husband comes back and she tells him, "Look, there are these three old men out there and they said that they can't come inside the house unless the man of the house is here." So he says, "Okay, I'm here now. Why don't you go and call them in?" So she goes out again to the three old men and then she says, "My husband's here. Why don't you guys come in?" So one of the old men say that all three of us can't come in, only one of us can come in. So she says, "Why is that?" So the old man says, "Well, it's because this guy here," okay, pointing to one of the other old men, "this guy is wealth. His name is wealth. The other guy, his name is success, and my name is love. So we can't all enter at the same time. So why don't you go back to your husband and discuss with him and see which one of us you want to invite." So she goes back into her house and she tells her husband, one of them is named Wealth, the other guy's name is Success, and the third guy's name is Love. Who shall we invite? So the husband gets really excited and says, "Let's call Wealth, let's invite Wealth over so that he can fill our home with wealth." And she wasn't quite convinced and she said, "Why don't we just call Success, because success might actually imply wealth as well." And their daughter-in-law was standing by the door overhearing this entire conversation, and she comes running in and she says, "Why don't we invite Love, because then love can fill our home with love." So they agree with her argument, and so the lady goes out of the house, goes to the three old men. She says, "Which one of you is Love?" So the old man says, "I'm Love." She's like, "Okay, we would like to invite you to come home." So the guy says, "Okay." So he gets up and starts walking towards the house. And as he's walking towards the house, the two other old men, Success and Wealth, also get up and start following this first old man named Love. So she says, "Wait," the lady says, "Wait, hold on. You said only one of you can come inside my house. Why are all three of you coming?" So he says, "Well, if you had invited Success, only Success would have gone. If you had invited Wealth, only Wealth would have gone. But since you invited Love, wherever love goes, success and wealth follows." So it's a cute little story. I get it, right? It could be like a very idealistic story. But the truth is, at least in my personal journey, in the way that I've been approaching this whole success thing, which is a very external pursuit but has its roots internally, is the the principle of love in our everyday lives, in our everyday vibration, is according to me the missing key in success. Why do I say this? It's not just love what you do. It is generally staying in that vibration, or trying to see the good in everything, or trying to see the gift in everything, or living in a state of gratitude, or living in a state of feeling love for yourself, feeling love for the process, as opposed to just the end result of the process, is what I believe has been one of the core secrets to success. And so, this story was something that just kind of popped out of nowhere when I was, thinking about doing a video trying to tell people, because I get so many calls and so many people coming in who say the same thing, that we've done everything but it's not working. It's because it's just purely mental food. You're just acting out of mind alone, and it's not what you think that manifests, it's what you feel that manifests. And much like all other laws of success, what you give, you get back. So love is one of the most core principles of attraction, is being able to stay in a state of love. How do you do that? Well, do more of things that you love to do. Do things, and whenever you are doing something, try to enjoy the prospect of the process, not just the end result. So if you're a musician, like I am, and your end goal is to be some big time performer, yes, it's important to have an end goal, but what's important is loving every part of the process that you have to go through in order to get there. Because when you're in love with every single moment of the process, eventually you will enjoy everything to a point where you would have reached your end goal and not even realized it. This eliminates a lot of your stress. This eliminates a lot of your suffering. Yes, there'll be a lot in whatever you're choosing to do. There'll be a lot of obstacles in the way, but the energy of loving the process, doing what is required to be done in this moment, and enjoying the moment, allows you to actually gain a closer or take a closer step to success than purely intellectually doing all of the other intellectual stuff but lacking in vibration and lacking in grounding. So that is my video for you this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. It's a very non-scripted video, but it is also something that I've been wanting to tell you guys for a really long time. So take whatever you may, and again, wherever there is love, success and wealth follows. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a good week. Namaste.